Alright guys, we're here at the scene of the crime. Today we're going to practice some stoppies with a shorter runway. The goal is to stop sitting down. It's a habit I've built over years, or not years, months of riding. It's just how I ride. Now, I got a lot to talk to you about the race. I got her back together. She's straight. She's working. Thanks to some parts I had sitting around from my old race. I just basically broke 3 parts. You know, we'll talk about that later. We're gonna get to these stoppies before it gets too late, in case the lights don't come on. The goal with racing is to accelerate until you can no longer accelerate, and then brake as hard as you can brake. That's how you're gonna save time. So that's what I gotta work on. Now, I'm not trying to be first, like I said, so I need to chill my cool, right? I definitely don't need any more crashes. I don't have any more spare parts. So let's see. Hey, it worked. It turns around when you press it 3 times. Alright, so got to film with this for a couple days. Obviously the 360 camera got pretty banged up, but hey, I took y'all along for the ride, so you're welcome.
Okay, stopping now. Now we're stopping.
So I hope it's on right now because I hate to talk to nothing. But a couple things with this kit. One thing, it's super thin right here on the edge that you need it to protect. I don't know what all this is for, but this is the edge you got to protect, and it's super thin. Number 2, it deletes the lights, which feather into this angle, right? And now, so it leaves this angle exposed. Poor design on behalf of power knobs. Poor design. I can honestly say that just after one day of using this and 1 day of real world testing, crashing it, right? So there's problems with it, and I like the pads. I will say that I do like the pads so far, but there's problems with this bumper system. This is way too thin. My metal, when it hit, just ate right through the bumper, and split the battery box open, and I had to seal that with some black silicone. So not cool. It did, however, protect the machine. It did not protect the motherboard bracket inside of here. So I've heard things about race, Pagode race. These are terribly designed. They're not solid. They're not sturdy. They're not designed to be ever flipped on their head, okay, or on their seat, right, on their motherboard. Just not the wheel to buy. Not the wheel to buy if you plan on wrecking. Now, if you're gonna race a wheel, you're gonna wreck. All right, that's part of racing. You're gonna wreck. So they need to design these better. Power Knobs is the only company that stepped up to the plate to try to make something for them. And here's the problem: they delete the nice rounded curvature here that would protect that from getting banged up. And then 2, they move the handle down here to where you cannot reach it. So if you go, like, you see these guys racing on the P6s, they got a big handle up here, right? And they pull back if they gotta, you know, sturdy their braking, right? We gotta sturdy our braking sometimes. Sometimes it gets shaky. You gotta have that hand there as a tri-point, right? Your butt, when your butt gets back here, that acts as a tri-point. you got 1 point here, 1 point here on your axle. And when you start wobbling, if you get all the way back here, that acts as a triangle. So you have more stability when you're coming to a stop. Well, same with a freaking handle on the top. Begode, you're at fault. PK, you're at fault. Somebody needs to put a freaking handle on here that makes sense so that when we grab it, we don't rip off our seat. Okay? That's just horrible design. So what I'm going to have to do is literally tie a rope to the handle, fish it out from under here, drill a hole through the seat, and have a lasso. Thanks to horrible design. Horrible design. Okay? And I'm not one that does reviews. I'm not one that picks apart companies. But I will say it honestly. You guys are charging tons of money for this material. Make it right. Okay? You too, Begode. All right. Back to it. Stupid. Okay, there's nothing else I can do besides just ride this thing to try to build my comfort level. Those went okay. With this stupid fucking camera. You gonna follow me? No? Because you're a fucking cocksucker, that's why. Are you serious? Why didn't you follow me the last time? Are you gonna track me now? You don't say. No shit. Huh? Wow. That's amazing. Can't waste all my time with camera tricks. I'm out here practicing, boys. There are so many riders that are so much more advanced than I am, have so many more years of experience. I have no business with doing what I'm trying to do here. Really. No business at all. Except for fulfilling my dreams, right? You gotta put yourself out there to change things. If you want your world to change, you got to put yourself out there. You got to start doing other things. You can't keep doing the same things and expecting a different result, right? What about over here? You going to follow me over here? Look at you. You're being such a good boy now. Look at you. So we've gone over launchies, stoppies, turns without a camera in my hand. I'm not leaning as hard as I know that tire can take. Let's see, I'm starting to get a little wear. Okay, no, I'm about, I'd say about a ½ inch from the very edge of this tire. Now, this tire is designed to be ridden right on that very edge, so I've got a little ways I can go. Let's see, can you see that? You can't see that. I don't know how to pick you up without you gimbling all the fuck out, you know. I gotta learn. But you know, we did, here's 2 cigarettes for you, Ryan, in case one wasn't enough. So what we did, where the metal had busted through,
I like to party.
we went ahead and banged that down with a hammer. So hopefully we didn't hurt the battery pack. Then we sealed the battery pack with black silicone, and then we cut off some of the inner side of this pad and then melted it back on top to kind of seal up the gap there. So, good as new, right? Good as new. Except it's not brand new anymore. You know, and I've noticed every time you buy something brand new, like when my grizzly pads came in, what do? You go and drop your wheel down a concrete quarter pipe, which, you know, it was supposed to be a berm, but I forgot to turn left and I went up it to the right. I made it up, but the wheel didn't, slid down, burnt the crap out of my brand new Grizzlies. So each time you got something new, you're bound to go out and get it scratched. Nature of the game. Don't play this game if you're not resilient. I wonder how many people start riding EUC and wreck one time and they're done. You know, and I see people on the group, you know, they don't even ride anymore and they're in there warning people, it only takes one fall. Then it ain't for you. Maybe you should leave the group and go find another group that's for you. You know, we don't need that kind of negativity, Nancy. The truth of the matter is, some people are daredevils. Some people ride motorcycles at 200 miles an hour. Okay, I don't see you over there on the motorcycle groups bitching it only takes one time. Shut your little pie hole. Okay, this is dangerous for some of us. We like it. Hell, this is motorcycles except shortened, right? You're not going nearly as fast. You don't have nearly as much weight. Shut up, truck. Fucking chicken trucks. So look, you ain't got nearly as much weight coming down on you with one of these 100 pounds. Now, yeah, I mean, it could damage you, sure. But have you seen some of these motorcycle crashes? Have you seen what happens when somebody gets clipped by a motorcycle? I mean, it'll shear you right the fuck off, right? So, I mean, you guys, you little Nancys, leave the group. Get out. Okay? You little punk-ass bitches. You know? Like, okay, safety's one thing. Push safety. I get that. Push the gear. Push it all. You know, remind people. Sure. Safety first. Sure. But beyond that, guys, do you remember the 80s, the 90s? You guys don't, do you? We went out and hurt ourselves daily. It's part of growing up. It's part of living. Okay? It's what made us stronger. You ever heard, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger? Goodness gracious, guys. So, look, you little pussy wimps. Just stop it with the comments. We don't need you filling up the comments section. You know? Little crybaby ass. Get me a Ninja 1000 or something. Right? I'd find my casket a whole lot quicker on a Ninja 1000, whatever they make. I don't even know the brands, the models, the makes. I stayed away from that because I knew I'd kill myself. But goodness, you know, I watched all my friends riding motorcycles growing up, having the time of their lives. Luckily, none of them killed themselves. Well, guys, we're dealing with a dangerous sport. You know the danger, sure, before you come into it. But you know, everyone's experience is not going to be the same. Some people are going to get a wheel that's dead on arrival. Some people are going to spend a lot of money and throw it down the toilet. Other people might get a nice used wheel and it goes for another 10,000 miles, right? Because they just baby it and ride 30 miles an hour, you know? You guys know the guy out there that does the reviews, goes 30 miles an hour everywhere he goes. It's fine. That's how you want to ride, that's fine. But look, if somebody wants to ride fast, let them ride fast. You know, all you Nancys, and let's go ahead. Let's break this open. Let's break this open. Did you know that corporations have no right to control your life? That your rights were endowed to you by your creator, not your government. So So you have the right to travel on the highways and byways. They're open as a matter of right for public vehicular travel. You don't have to register. Okay? Even if you drive a car, excuse me, not drive, even if you travel in an automobile. Okay? You don't have to register it. Put it in a private trust. The corporations have no business impounding it at that point. Decide not to sign the contract with the government for the driver's license. What are you bitch asses asking permission to do shit for? What are you asking permission to fish, to feed your family? What are you asking permission from the government for? From a fucking corporation. You think corporations are above men? Okay, men are above corporations. We rule over corporations. That's the way it works. We're supposed to be ruling over our government. Okay, that's what the fucking Second Amendment's for. Our guns are to protect us from tyranny. Y'all, do you know where we're at right now? Do you know the amount of tyranny that's going on? And we're frozen. We won't use our guns, right? Well, we need to show up to these city council meetings. You people that live in cities, you need to show up to your city council meetings. You need to have a militia outside, armed, and then protecting the citizens that go in there and tell their government officials what's up. We're done with this stuff. We're done with the flock cameras. We're done with the poisons in our food. We're done with the poisons in our sky. We're done with it. We're done with billionaires trying to build these, AI plant centers, water molecule changing plant centers, whatever the fuck they are calling them, data centers. It's probably a big fucking lie, okay? Probably has everything to do with the human digital interface and tracking your every fucking movement. That's what these data centers for. That's what these billionaires are about, all right? Under the guise of philanthropy, right? They destroy human life and commit genocide and acts of treason. And you guys that go and get your driver's license and your permission to drive, you guys are fucking feeding into it. Paying your your goddamn taxes. When 2020 hit, I said, fuck the government. And y'all should too. We have a right to self-govern, and we the people are supposed to be governing over our government. By the way, govern means control. Ment means mind. Government is a form of mind control. Now you know. Now you know. You don't fucking need a license to be out there. I seen a video the other day. It was just yesterday, or I seen it again today. This truck driver in a red truck, he's getting all mad at this guy because he's out there on his EUC. We're cyclists, pal. We are cyclists. Without corporate statutes and codes, okay, legalities, okay, we are cyclists and we are travelers. All right, so I just wanted to have a quick, brief conversation with you guys about that, because y'all getting it confused, thinking that they're going to crack down and put laws on us. They can only put codes out there for people that want to be governed by their government. There's a whole group of people that have decided, hey, I don't want to be mind controlled. I'm going to control my own mind. That's called self-governing. Okay? And there ain't fucking codes and procedures outside of the ones that God gave you. Those are the only ones you got to follow. There you have it. I'm done.